The Acolyte Episode 1 full recap. Get ready because this is the worst Star Wars has ever been. Instantaneously, right off the bat, we start with our main antagonist searching for a Jedi. And the first scene is very important because what our main antagonist does is shows her prowess and understanding and cunningness and, resourcefulness by asking an orphan, where is the Jedi? And the orphan just points. And keep in mind, this is not a small city. This is actually a pretty good, big place. And the orphan just points. And she doesn't question it, and she goes along. Then, right off the bat, she finds the Jedi because force sensitivity or something like that. And she is supposed to be the stealthiest assassin alive, obviously. And what does she do against the Master Jedi, who is obviously a woman of unparalleled skill and whatnot? Well, she just goes in front of her, gets into a useless karate pose or something like that, and says, "Fight me." Yes, I'm not making this sadly up. She literally is just going ahead, 1v1, no weapons, no anything, and we're gonna find out why no weapons later. And she just says, "Fight me." Okay? And no one understands what's going on. It kind of seems hilarious. And you think, wait a minute. So the Acolyte is this honorable person? Well, no. She actually just randomly starts hitting everyone that was around the Jedi stable. And then the Jedi starts doing things. And they start fighting. And this fighting is... It's sad, really. Because it's almost cool, but it's done in the most flashiest, stupidest ways possible. You can tell there was someone choreographing the fights, but most likely that someone was the equivalent of a Chinese ancient mystic arts champion. And that's why none of the things that they are doing here seem like real fights, but just random bland choreography. And this fight happens for a pretty extensively long time. And in this fight, we understand one thing very clearly: she is complete trash at fighting. And this is gonna be a thing that continues to happen through episode 1, episode 3, and probably throughout the whole show. She is absolutely not even remotely obviously close of being strong enough or skilled enough to defeat the Jedi Master. But how does she keep winning? Well, because no Jedi Master in the show for some reason cares about actually taking her in. For example, in this fight against her, she understands who she is, and she's like, "Oh my god, this is crazy." But what does she do? Even though she has the full absolute control over the fight at every single point. At no point does she even come remotely close to overpowering her. Well, she doesn't do anything. She just lets her fight, and then they do choreography until it's time to end it, and then she dies. How does she die, by the way? Well, she dies in the worst way possible, She gets thrown by a knife. And this is the worst thing ever. In 6 minutes, I have absolutely no understanding of this character's motivations. 6 minutes in, and I have absolutely no idea. Is this supposed to be good, bad, conflicted, confused, misguided, or what? Because she has clear remorse about killing the Jedi. She doesn't like it. She kind of rethinks her position after doing it. But the way she kills her is by throwing a dagger at a rando person that she knows the Jedi will probably save because the Jedi are good. Also, she has a great line like, you draw your laser Zampacto. We're not gonna even name them lightsabers because they're weak, too weak to be called lightsabers for anything of an impact of nature. That means you will kill because Jedi only draw their lightsabers to kill. And then she's like, yes, true, that is the Jedi code. Whoop! Takes her lightsaber away because, reasons, obviously. And no other Jedi, by the way, follows this code. It's just something that she randomly spewed out of her mouth, and the other one was like, yes, true. Let me get away with the thing. And then she kills him. And she seemingly regrets killing the Jedi. And this doesn't make sense because at first she's like, ah, yes, I am this assassin type of person. Let me challenge you to honorable combat. Attack me. And then she tries to use hostages and things like that to kill her. Like, what do you mean? Are you honorable or are you not honorable? Are you conflicted about these killings or not? Because, you know, you're kind of conflicted about killing the Jedi, while at the same time, you're not really even remotely closely conflicted about killing innocents, which she, by the way, does here at the end. Here, but this guy turns out he has a kid or something, and she's like, oh no, I am too good to kill someone with a kid for some reason. I don't know why, and I don't know why she actually wants to kill him, considering there were like 50 billion other witnesses that saw her face. So why killing this guy matters? I don't know. Well, it matters just to say that, just to show to everyone that she's more than it seems. She's not actually that bad because she will not kill a parent with a child, which is hilariously stupid, completely, honestly. And then we get the reveal that, oh, it's actually two twins. She wakes up, she looks the same, they somehow magically are twins, but they still have the same hairstyle, which makes no sense. You get introduced to her, you know, a little droid companion, which is supposed to be a baby Yoda. And then the movie does the most amazing thing and summary that I can actually do for the Acolyte that is ever possible. She is out in space, and she needs to fix a problem on the ship. And she needs to weld. The showrunners of this show had the absolute foresight to make it so that when she's gonna weld something, she actually needs to pull down a visor so she doesn't go blind, which is 10 out of 10. But at the same time, I wonder if I can actually show it. Oh yeah, I think I can. Can we actually get it here? It's gonna be hard, but maybe. Ah yes, this thing. She's welding with this thing. They had the foresight to make it so her suit has a visor that lowers so she doesn't go blind while doing this. But at the same time, the way she is welding, she can't see what she's welding. And this is the perfect summary of this show. An attempt was made, but the execution was sadly shit. Because she can't see what she's welding with this. It's too large. She literally can't tell what she's welding, and that is hilarious. And then she's done with the welding. She sees some flames. She has a flashback. We hear the flames obviously sizzling in a campfire, and you know it's kind of funny. It serves no purpose, but now we know that she's scarred. She makes a joke about what she did yesterday, so the audience thinks, oh my god, maybe she was the one that killed the Jedi. And then two Jedi come in because, you know, they suspect her because obviously a whole village saw her kill a Jedi because, you know, discreetness and shit. They talk to the people. They say they don't have her on board because she's illegal. And then he's just like, aha, let me just brain scramble you for, you know, funsies. And then they go. Turns out they're old friends. They suspect that she has killed a Jedi, and they're like super chill about it. They're not even on edge. Then she tries to take something out of her thing, and you know, then they get on edge. It's a completely useless MacGuffin scene that makes absolutely no sense. For example, they say, oh, we got all the evidence that she is the one responsible for killing the guy. Well, okay, yeah, she was there, but isn't this like the other side of the galaxy? Are you not gonna ask the ship, did she actually go away, or was she all the time in her quarters? No, that doesn't matter, because you see, someone says that she looks exactly like that. And so, the Jedi Master Killer, apprehended by two Padawans, by the way, just, you know, why are two Padawans set out to capture someone who is suspected to be a Jedi Master Killer? I don't understand that even, but you know, it's for the plot, so don't worry about it. So comes in the barkeeper, he says it's her, everyone's sad and bad, and now they're gonna put her on the ship, so you know, she can be you know, sent to some kind of place. What kind of ship they put her on? Well, some kind of basic ship where, you know, all the normal baddies are being taken to. There's no Jedi, there's no humans, it's just a bunch of droids. And obviously, the other inmates that are going to be sent to Coruscant, probably for, you know, putting in prison, want to escape. And they do, obviously, because why honestly not? Then we get this scene in the temple, where this is her previous master when she was a Padawan, and he talks a bunch of nonsense gobbledygook that no one understands, and it's supposed to be deep. And he's from the Squid Games, and it's hilarious because this is such a shit role. It's absolutely great. Then, obviously, the powerful female enters the room, so everyone leaves, and he needs to do what she says. And it's all a bunch of gobbledygook nonsense again. She looks the worst CGI I have ever seen in my life, and it's not even CGI, which makes it even worse. They have a conversation that's completely stupid. Nothing in the Jedi Order still makes even a single lick and shred of sense. But, you know, he does as she says. And now it's time to escape. By the way, what is this thing on his mouth? Well, that's some kind of parasite or something like that that's placed on the most dangerous of criminals so they don't do bad stuff while flying. Well, maybe you should have put one of those on the woman who killed the Jedi Master. But they don't. They put it on this rando guy who's not even seemingly dangerous at all. And then these guys ask her, hey, Jedi killer, do you want to, like, get out of here? And then she says, no, I trust the Jedi, so I will not want to go out of here. The Jedi will make everything whole and whatnot. And then they say, all right, well, suit yourself, loser, we're getting out. And they get out because the droids are useless idiots, obviously, with their, you know, and this is stupid. The way that they get out is hilarious. And obviously they don't let the Jedi kill her out because reasons. She tries to use the Force. I think it works out. Who honestly knows? Then she crash lands. She tries to save the guy who had the thing on his mouth. And then he gets into the other escape pod and he blasts off. And then she's crash landing. How does she survive the crash landing? Don't know. Don't ask questions, okay? Just consume product. And then she's on an ice planet. Because it, you know, an ice planet just makes it more questionable, right? So it's an ice planet and she's been out cold for, I don't know, a pretty long time. And then he is sent to actually retrieve her. Why? Don't know. Don't ask questions. They get into a fight, they talk, they interrogate, again, mind wipe some of these people that they already caught somehow. How? I don't know. Because she has been crashed on that planet in that ship for literal hours. They already sent out droids, and they just never appear to check if she's alive or not. They actually send the Jedi to check if she's alive or not because he says she is alive. And the guys who use the escape pods, the criminals, they are obviously apprehended right here in these scenes. And how did they get apprehended so fast? Don't know. How do they not know where the ship crashed? Don't know. Do cameras exist in this universe? Probably not, obviously. And so, a bunch of hours pass, and, well, our heroine wakes up. And this is, by the way, the good twin sister. She wakes up, and then she sees a vision, because obviously she sees a vision. And she needs to follow her, and turns out she follows her, and it's, oh, she was asleep all along. I'm not kidding. I'm not kidding. She wakes up, sees a vision, follows her, and then turns out she was sleeping all along. Why couldn't she have woken up and followed the vision? I don't know. Well, I do know, because we need to time it when the Jedi actually arrive to the place. Here the Jedi talk a little bit. You know, it's pretty stupid. This guy's stupid. This guy's stupid. Everyone's stupid, obviously. And then she starts following the vision exactly at the same time the Jedi arrive. Keep in mind, this is after she has been knocked out cold for what I can only assume is a minimum of 5 hours. So, the people who ejected through the pods, the criminals, got brought back to the Jedi home planet, main temple on Coruscant, got interrogated before anyone even got to their planet. Brilliant, genius, absolutely phenomenal writing, obviously. And if you look at how much snow is here, she would have, one, obviously frozen to death. Two, she wakes up. Cold is not obviously an issue because she's a woman. And, well, cold is not an issue for anyone for some reason here. And, you know, it's fine. I mean, would she have died from hypothermia? 100%. Does she? Obviously no. Obviously no. And then she starts running after her illusion that she sees after the Jedi come here. And then she sees an illusion and she's like, oh my god, my twin sister is alive. And she wakes up when she's actually at the, you know, at the end of a cave when the Jedi are trying to follow her. And she runs away from them. I don't know how she evades a Jedi Master, but you know, she just does, obviously. Then she keeps running away, and then she comes to this place right here, which is like in front of a cliffside. If she takes a step, she dies. Why is this important? I have no idea. Because she at no point expresses any doubts in the Jedi, wants to surrender, doesn't want to actually break out of the prison transport shit that she was on because she believes the Jedi. And here she's like, don't come any closer. Believe me, my sister's alive. And something like that. And she almost falls, and it's quite the hilarious stunt and feat. And then we see the evil twin sister, and he says that, and she has a master or something, and he tells her the show's name, and it's very impressive. I mean, episode 1, even though it sounds like complete dumpster fire because it is, it's not even that bad. Episode 2, when they actually try to do things, is even better because then the Acolyte, aka this girl right here, actually gets to do stuff, and it's hilarious because she's just so bad. And every single point where she encounters a Jedi Master, she's completely helpless against them, and they beat her up like there's no tomorrow. But the thing is, none of the Jedi actually care to take her in. They just want to do some choreographic stunts and whatever garbage. And that's why she always wins, because no one is supposed to actually just, you know, take her in, you know? They're just fighting for fighting's sakes, even though she can't win. She would not be able to win against the Jedi Masters, even if they closed their eyes and used only one arm. It is hilariously sad. But anyway, that's the Acolyte episode 1. It's absolutely great. It's just a dumpster fire from through and through. Nothing makes sense, and episode 2 is even worse. So, great stuff.